Hello and welcome to this video. We will now break down the 2026 United States Senate elections. I have already made this video in January, but some retirements have happened since then, and the Trump presidency have sorta more things happened overall, of course. So, first off, we will start with pointing out the same Republican states, the states that we will not even talk about. Let me color them in. Oh, actually, not Mississippi. Yeah, these are the states we have colored up. These are the states we will not even talk about because they are so clear that there is no key to explanation. So let's look at the state of Montana. Steve Daines, he will win, of course. I don't know if it's going to be probably by a safe margin since he ran in 2020 against Steve Bullock, and Steve Bullock is someone strong. I don't think that in 2026 they have much of personalities, the Democrats, I mean. So it's going to be safe red. Kansas. The state of Kansas. Roger Marshall, in 2020, he won by just 11 points against Barbara Bollier in 2020. Well, but probably it's going to be Barbara Bollier was a strong candidate, and Roger Marshall was a weak candidate. Is a weak senator overall. I think it's going to be probably safe. Probably Republican plus 15 points. The state of Texas. Now we do Texas. I said save red on Kansas or something. No, I said I meant to say Kansas, but I said Texas. Okay, let's move on to Texas. Yeah, John Cornyn is a strong senator, but he's going to win by 14 to 15 points. Probably let's color it likely red. New Mexico, Ben Ryan Lejeune is going to be reelected. He won by just 6, but that was Mark Ronchetti, and there's going to be a weaker Republican candidate than Mark Ronchetti in 2020. So, still likely blue. Ryan Lejeune is probably gonna win by 9. Let's go to Illinois. This is kind of a faker because in 2020 he won by just 60, but he's now older, and Nick Durbin is a weaker Democrat. He's also old. He's something like a Mitch McConnell of the Senate, something like Chuck Schumer, but slightly better. Probably he's gonna win by 14 points if he runs again, or 13 maybe. If he will not run, then it's probably going to be safe or likely. I'm going to color it likely because I think Nick Durbin will again run for Senate. But let's see. The state of Ohio, John Husted, in 2024, Trump won by 13 points. And Republicans have strong candidates. John Husted is a very good senator. And the Democrats, they have Sherrod Brown. They have also Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan is not a weak candidate. But still gotta color it likely red. Husted, if he runs, Husted could win by safe. I could trust it, actually. New Jersey is likely. Cory Booker, I will color this safe blue maybe in 2024, but 2024, pre-2024. But New Jersey, it's shifting really right. We saw the debacle of Kamala Harris. And yeah, that was terrible. And the state of Mississippi, Cindy Hyde Smith. This is she won by just 9 in 2020. 2020, yeah. Uh, I see her winning again. I don't know by if likely. She's a weak incumbent. I'm gonna call it safe. Florida Ashley Moody is a very, very strong Republican. She wasn't really in the spotlight. Ashley Moody was only a attorney general from the state of Florida. She became a U.S. senator. She wasn't much in the spotlight before, but she was a very, very strong candidate. Candidate. So yeah, I think it's going to be safe. Plus, Florida has been shifting right since like 2020 probably, or 2018 when what was his name? Bill Nelson, I think, who was expected to win but lost by around a decimal of a point to Rick Scott. I don't know, I forgot his name. Let's look at Iowa. Joni Ernst, yeah, she's gonna survive easily. Save red. Minnesota, the state of Minnesota, the Tina Smith has retired, and the nominee is most probably going to be Peggy Flanagan. She's going to win by a likely margin, by like 7 points. Hillary won by just 4, but it's gonna shift blue to 2026. We have New Hampshire. Jean Shaheen will run again. I think she has filed paperwork. I don't expect her to retire if she filed paperwork. And who publicly expressed interest was Scott Brown, a very, very strong candidate. He was a former U.S. Senator from Massachusetts. Okay. Massachusetts, a Republican in Massachusetts. That's like a Democrat in Wyoming. Chris Sununu declined. Of course, Scott Brown isn't as strong as a candidate as Chris Sununu. Still, I think that the Democrats and Jean Shaheen will win by around 7.6. If Scott Brown runs, it could be very, very close. Now we have the state of Virginia. Mark Warner, yeah, we all expect him to win. Probably likely he's going to win by like 13. So I'm gonna call it likely. So we have right here. Oh, I forgot in Alaska. This is a bit of a like. Dan Sullivan has been re-elected by around 12 points in 2020. Mary Peltola can still run, but she has filed paperwork to run for an old seat, and I actually think she will more certainly run for an old seat and maybe run for the Senate later, maybe for governor. Also, Tom Begich, I don't know how it's pronounced, but Tom Begich, he has some relatives to former Senator Mark Begich. He could be a strong candidate. However, I still see it as maybe probably Sullivan won by 13 points. And now we get to the 4 very, very, very crucial battlegrounds. These are the states that will practically decide if the Republicans will have weaknesses in the Senate or if they will keep their position. So, Republicans will control the Senate with this map. That's probably inevitable because there's no other seat to flip, maybe except, there's no seat literally to flip except North Carolina and Maine. There's literally no seat. So, we will first go to Michigan. Well, Gary Peters, very weak incumbent, has announced he will be retiring. And Mallory McMorrow already announced she was running for United States Senate in the state of Michigan. Also, Pete Buttigieg has announced he might be running for the United States Senate in Michigan. I think that Buttigieg is probably going to run, and I think he will win. I expect Democrats to win Michigan, and win it by more than a point. If Gary Peters could do it, then why should not a strong Democrat like Pete Buttigieg do it? So let's move on to Georgia, the state of Georgia. Jon Ossoff has announced he will be running for the United States Senate. On the Republican side, if Brian Kemp runs, it could be very close. If Kemp runs, it could be even tilt Republican. However, I don't think that Brian Kemp will downgrade his position in the state of Georgia. I think he will more likely run for president in 2028. And the nominee could be everyone practically. There's a whole field of Republicans: Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tyler Harper, John King, Rich McCormick, Brad Raffensperger, Mike Collins, Buddy Carter. Still, if it's not Kemp, then Ossoff wins by more than a point. He's a very strong incumbent. Let's move on to North Carolina. This is going to be a change of position, probably. Tom Tillis has already declared he's running for re-election. We will see. We will see if Roy Cooper, if he runs, I think he runs, can beat off John Phillips. I'm more on the side of Tillis winning, though Cooper has a very good chance. He's a popular governor. Probably Tillis is going to win, but very, very tightly. And I think that still Cooper could still defeat Tillis, but currently it's not looking like so. So Maine. This is Susan Collins is practically a very big survivor. She has survived 2020, and she has survived in an overall very, very blue environment, because Maine is a red state for 20 years, and she's still fighting. On the Democrat side, they have many but some strong Democrats. Jenna Mills could be okay. Jared Golden is very, very good. If Golden wins, I think it's a guaranteed flip. Golden is very popular. He's literally serving in a literally likely R district. But I think that Jenna Mills has more of a chance, and that Golden will stay in the Congress. But even if Golden doesn't run, I think that Democrats might take it. Maine is just too blue, and I don't think that Collins is more of a moderate or Rockefeller Republican. She literally voted for RFK. She voted for Gabbard, and she who did she vote for also? For I don't remember. These are just very, very unpopular nominees by the Trump administration. However, I think it's also going to be by a lean margin. If Mills runs, she's going to win by, I think 2 points. If Golden runs, then maybe by 5. Okay, so this is the end. The Republican Senate, the Senate will be controlled by the GOP. Only one flip in Maine. 52 Republicans and 48 Democrats. See you soon, and subscribe.